Ching.
It's Joe's cooking show. We have a guest today. We have my dearest friend, Linda. Kids call her Aunt Linda. And Joe, I'll let you take it from here.
So we've been taking it easy for, I guess, what, the last 3 weeks we haven't been on. And so we had a request for Bracciole. So my mom
Who's this for?
For the McCoys next door.
Yes. Tim McCoy, this is for you.
They're secret Bracciole lovers. We didn't know that. So my mom used to make Bracciole all the time growing up, and I loved it. But since she passed, we never made it anymore. I told Aunt Linda here, so she makes Bracciole. It's one of my Christmas gifts every year. I get 2 nice big size Tupperware Bracciole
And eggnog.
and eggnog. And I don't share with my wife either because she makes her pie and she doesn't share with me. So. Yes, I said don't face it.
You don't like rhubarb.
I don't even know if I ever tried it because you don't want to try
Joe,
it.
shut up.
That's a lie. It's fine. So anyway, we had this request, and this time though, since Aunt Linda's helping, now when we do it, it always takes a while. We have to cook. We have to do. We have stages.
It's like the Rachel Ray show.
This is like Rachel Ray, but better.
Because we have wine. Right.
Exactly.
Yes,
we have
we
wine.
do have wine.
So I guess what to say. I'll pass it on to you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Aunt Linda.
That's right.
And we're making Bracciole. So for those of you who don't know what Bracciole is, it is a rolled steak with cheese and seasoning in it. And the Bracciole steaks themselves are cut from the top round roast. If you don't see it at your grocery store, ask the butcher or the meat cutter at the store. They will be able to cut it for you. I had this custom cut specially for me today by Dave at my local Boyers in Birdsboro. So shout out to Dave, thank you so much. Last minute he pulled it out of the fire for me. So what we're gonna do is, steaks were long, so I cut them in half. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna paillard them, which is just a fancy French way of saying we're gonna pound the crap out of it till it's nice and tender and thin. The easiest way to do this is in a Ziploc bag because it's not messy and it just saves. So put a piece of the steak in, take your meat mallet. If you don't have a meat mallet, use a can of soup, use whatever you got laying around. And then we're just gonna pound it. Start in the middle and pound out towards the edges and get it nice and thin.
Flat or on the other side?
Flat, we're gonna use it on the flat side. This side with the little diamond patterns is for tenderizing. So it doesn't really flatten it out, it just pokes holes in it.
Gotcha.
Okay? So I'm gonna remove my lime.
They're gonna have a glass of wine before you start.
And I'm gonna be quiet because this is gonna make noise.
Okay.
So we're not driving pilings here, we're just a nice pound to flatten it out, but you don't want to completely pulverize it. But you can see the difference that we come up with. Okay, and that also tenderizes it when you pound it flat. So I'm going to do these real quick, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Salt, pepper, some fresh garlic, and then we have fresh parsley. You can use dried. Doesn't matter, just use a little bit less. And then we have grated Asiago cheese and grated Parmesan cheese. Okay? So.
I tried it earlier, it's very good.
Of course.
That's what Italians do, you gotta taste it. Gotta know.
So then we're gonna layer steaks out. And then I like to use fresh garlic whenever possible instead of the grated garlic powder. And I'm going to show you guys a great way to cook with garlic. Take a microplane grater, which is just a really fine grater, and peel your garlic clove. Run it over your grater, and it gives you a fine paste, so you don't have to press it through a garlic press, which is a pain to clean. And then you can just rub it on your steaks.
We don't do that.
No. We press it. Well, I don't, the kids do.
Well, that's because you have kids and you can make
That's
them clean
right.
it. See, I don't have kids, so I don't want to be cleaning the garlic press This just makes it easier. And you just kind of rub it on and it gets that garlic flavor right into the meat. And I always start with the garlic because you don't want to add your salt and pepper and then rub your garlic over top of that, because then it kind of concentrates those flavors. So we're going to do 3 at a time. Coming on a little bit of salt. I usually use a kosher salt. Regular table salt is fine. It's just a matter of preference. A little bit of fresh parsley that I minced earlier from my garden.
Linda's garden is, what are the words?
Way better than ours.
Well, that's some words.
It's a labor of love.
It is.
My
It's
garden is a
amazing.
labor of love.
So now what are you putting on?
This is the Asiago. You just want to sprinkle that, and you can be generous with it. And this is the Parmigiano.
See, my mom made it, she didn't put the cheese inside like that.
There's
She just did garlic, salt, pepper, parsley. She didn't put the cheese on.
it's a regional, personal thing.
Oh, I like it with the
Whatever-
cheese. No.
Whatever you
Yeah.
put in it. Yep.
I like cheese.
And there's a little fresh ground pepper. And then we roll it. So just start at one end. Give it a roll. Now, you can tie this with cooking twine. You can use the metal skewers like you use it on your turkey when you stuff your turkey, or you can just use toothpicks. But we just want to hold it together. Our pan's
Get it
nice
back
and
up.
hot, so while I finish that up, a little bit of olive oil.
And you guys like my pizza shop?
Pizza
I
shop.
do. I do.
We'll have to get you some of your
And
restaurant
this
store.
is what you want here. You want that sizzle. Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
We're cooking now.
Linda, they're beautiful.
Now we're not cooking these all the way through. We just want to sear the outside, seal in the flavors, get a little crust on the meat, and then we'll finish them off in the oven. Getting some nice color, nice caramelization on the outside of those. And you just want to turn them and get them cooked all the way around. And then once they're all done, we'll put them in the baking dish. Oh my God. Which one's this? That's the Asiago.
Oh,
Isn't that good? The Parmesan is good. The Asiago
Oh
just
my God.
adds another layer of flavor.
it does. That's so good.
Yeah, I know. I was eating earlier.
Is that what you?
That's what I was snacking on earlier.
But the longer you cook them, if you do them low and slow, they just become fall apart tender. So sauce gets that flavor throughout, and life is good. Okay, and so then we're just going to pour our tomatoes over top. And this sauce, when you make this, if you make a little pasta, the sauce that the meat cooked in is wonderful over pasta. Just
How about
plain of Bracciole and a loaf of bread and some sauce, and we're
Get
good
bread.
to go. A little garlic, a little pepper, and I'm just going to use the garlic powder in this just to season it up quick. You can put a little basil in it, a little oregano. You can put a little just Italian mixed seasonings. Whatever you like, make it to your taste.
So that's why I like cooking. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yep.
Baking, and then
Well,
we can bake.
baking is science. You gotta have a recipe. You have a little bit of leeway, but not like when you're cooking. Okay, we're gonna cover it is foil.
Even when I make bread, sometimes it's better, sometimes I haven't got it when it's young yet.
Facebook cooking. One goes in, one goes out. Use my back. And here it is.
Oh, yeah, baby.
It smells so good.
If you could smell,
Ashley and I approve.
That's man of goodness. Over the top. Now, remember, you've got toothpicks in here.
Right.
I usually try and pull
George,
them
come
out.
here.
Don't just go biting in.
Joey, give one. We gotta cut one open.
Well, we want to cut it to show
Yeah.
the inside.
Did it say it? There's that toothpick.
There's that toothpick. And there we go.
Yum-o. Linda, thank you for coming and doing this with us.
There you go.
So when we cook it in 2 weeks, Linda? She's like, shut up, Karen.
Yeah, it's hot, but
Yeah.
see, and it felt like, look, what? You could even do it with a fork. It just,
Which is
just
why you
falls
want to
apart.
pound it and cook it low and slow in the sauce.
We have to run some over to the McCoys.
don't make it. It's not good at all. That's all.
Will you take care of that for us then?
Yes,
Joe?
I will. All of them. Yeah, that's
And
all.
that's Bracciole. And if you have any questions, type them in, and Joe will make sure I see them, and I'll be able to answer them for you.
That's awesome. You have to come back, Linda.
You're gonna get the question.
She's like, one and done. That's awesome. Thank
We'll
you
see.
so much.
I enjoyed this more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it was a good time. You
I
and
haven't
Joe,
watched it yet, so.
you and Joe make a good team.
This is good.
It is. Thank you guys.
No, because so what time did that cook from? 3 o'clock?
It's a little
We were in about 3:30, 3:45.
Okay, so but I mean it's still.
Yeah. Well,
You said 3 hours, but it's still.
I know, but I turned the heat up a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, so we were at 375.
Yeah, it's like butter. It
Yeah.
just breaks me right.
Yep, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that fork tender, and once you pull the toothpicks out, it really holds its shape because it's cooked in that mold.
That's awesome. Okay.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make it
I
at home
will.
and let us know.
Okay. Thanks, guys.